Assalamualaikum and good morning. I am Amir Shabil Ismail and today I will discuss the topic of is online learning as good as face-to-face learning. Firstly, we must understand the concept and the difference of online learning and face-to-face learning. Nowadays, online learning has become a common method of learning as the world is facing the pandemic of COVID-19. Online learning has helped the student to continuously study and gain knowledge, especially when they are at home. Online learning usually will use online platforms such as Google Meet, Zoom, and Microsoft Teams. These platforms are quite familiar with the concept of video call, but the features are more user-friendly to the student as well as the teachers. The feature includes sharing screen, audio, and video functions, and many more. Meanwhile, face-to-face learning is the most traditional type of learning method since long before the school system was invented. Face-to-face learning allows for a live interaction between a student and teachers. The system of face-to-face learning is famously known as it will be held at the class-specific meeting date and time, as for example from 8 a.m. coming to the school and at 1 p.m. the learning process finish and the student will go back home. Face-to-face learning will ensure a better understanding of the lesson content taught by the teacher as well as giving the student an interaction with the class member to bond with one another. There are few obvious comparisons that can be seen between online learning and face-to-face learning. Firstly, online learning does not require the student and teachers to physically come to one place like school to learn and teach. Meanwhile, face-to-face learning will require the student and teachers to meet physically and the process of learning will be in the class. Secondly, online learning will require the students and teacher to use any gadget like PC, laptop, and phones, as well as a good coverage of mind to start the process of learning. Meanwhile, face-to-face learning, the students and teachers only need to come to the school and the process of learning happen as usual. Thirdly, online learning can be started at any place such as at home. And meanwhile, face-to-face learning is an official system of learning. Hence, it will require the student and teachers to come physically to the school within the stipulated time. Based on my personal opinion, face-to-face learning is the best method of learning, especially for the student. As mentioned previously, there are two main arguments to be discussed, which are, firstly, the location to start the learning for face-to-face learning is much better and conducive compared to online learning. This is because the location of the face-to-face learning is at the only one location, which is the school, and the space is very conducive for a student to learn. However, online learning can be started at any place, such as home, which is not so conducive, especially for the students who come from the low-income families. Secondly, the preparation and tools to learn for face-to-face learning is much better than online learning. This is because the preparation and tools for the face-to-face learning are mostly prepared by the school, such as the textbooks. However, for online learning, the student need to have gadgets like PC, laptops, and or phones, as well as good coverage of the line to start the process of learning. For the students who come from a low-income families, it is very difficult for them to have such gadgets and a good coverage for offline, especially if they live in the rural area. To conclude, based on my personal opinion, online learning is not as good as face-to-face learning because online learning requires more effort and extra preparation. Meanwhile, face-to-face learning is much more student-friendly. Therefore, face-to-face learning is much better than the online learning based on these two arguments. Firstly, for face-to-face learning, the location to learn is at school, which is better than online learning. And secondly, For face-to-face learning, the tools and preparation are provided by the school rather than online learning. The student need to have their own gadgets which are personal. So that's all from me. Thank you.